A new study finds 4 in 10 women with children under 18 are now the primary earners in their family. That is the highest percentage ever recorded. But men are also re-examining their role in the workplace, hoping to find the right balance. Sheelah Kolhatkar is a features editor and national correspondent for Bloomberg Businessweek. She has a cover story that hits newsstands today. It's called Men Are People Too. We're also joined by our own Jeff Glor, who is a husband and father to 3-year-old Jack. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Sheelah, welcome. So the cover of the piece says, lean out, and you say, men are people too. Why this story?
Well, we were wondering why it only seems to be women who talk about this issue. There's constant coverage of balance, work-life, family struggles, and it always seems to involve women. And we started to wonder, where are the men? Are they thinking about this? We know that in 59% of families where both partners are married, both parents are working. So there are a lot of guys dealing with their wives in the workplace, so they must be thinking about how to manage their family.
But you write they don't believe in balance. Men don't believe in balance. True?
Well, this is something I found talking to a lot of working fathers. They think that the idea of balance is just a complete myth. They accept that their lives are chaos. They have high-powered jobs. They have young children. They don't even bother trying to hold themselves up to an impossible standard. They just focus on getting what they need done.
Jeff, you're Exhibit A.
I don't even know what that word means. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you work hard at your job, and the time I get to spend with Nicole and Jack is great time, but it's different. There's no balance.
Yeah.
It does help having people who understand that when you have jobs that are a little unusual, things are going to be different.
But the two of you have a different attitude about it.
I think we've learned to have a different attitude about it. I think my wife is great about it. My son is only 3.5, so he doesn't fully understand necessarily, but he does see Daddy at different times than some other dads might. But Nicole, I think, is much better about it now than she was 10 or 15 years ago.
Sheelah, I think what's really interesting about this piece is that you say the men don't worry about balance, so they don't carry all the guilt that women do. So in some ways, that's admirable in some ways. But on the flip side, your article also points in about men having their own sort of lean-in circles, which of course is the phrase that Sheryl Sandberg uses to talk about women coming and leaning into work. So you use the word lean out, but you say men are actually seeking these support groups at work to deal with these challenges of how to balance their lives.
Well, this is something that is going to happen more and more because of demographics. All the research shows that men in their 20s expect to have wives who have careers. They want to be engaged fathers. They don't want the old model where you do not see your kids from Monday to Friday. So there's going to be a lot more pressure on companies to try and accommodate them. And some of them are trying to organize around
Exactly. So what are they trying to do?
I found one group at Deloitte in Canada that called Deloitte Dads. And they basically started that group a few years ago just to communicate to the new fathers in the office that it was okay for them to leave the office at 6 o'clock, put their kids to bed, and then log back on.
So here's what's really interesting about that is the whole argument is there will only be better balance in the home when men decide to do more work at home. And this suggests, based on your article, that more men are interested in doing that, spending more time at home and sharing more of the responsibilities.
But we're also spending more time on iPhones and Blackberries and computers at home. And I was talking to Sheelah about this. I mean, Nicole came home last night. I was watching Jack at 7:30. She finished teaching her class. I told her what segment I'm doing this morning about the work-life balance. She's like, why don't you tell him you were on your computer in his room while he was doing a puzzle last night? That's Jack in the control room, by the way. You guys recognize that.
Yeah, so that's certainly one of the challenges. Well, Sheelah, it's a fascinating story. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And Jeff as well. Thank you.